Hey guys, wanted to put together a quick video for Yaheuben66, who was talking about the four-wheel drive on his Tahoe. Yaheuben, I watched your video and I wanted to bring some information to your attention because this is something that not everyone knows. I have a quick little story, that is I had a Chevy 1500 4x4 pickup, which is very similar to what you have, and I was selling it, and with a guy who was test driving it, and we went to a parking lot, and he engaged the four-wheel drive, and then proceeded to drive the truck around the parking lot with the four-wheel drive engaged, which made the car bind and bounce and made some very horrible creaking noises from underneath. And I kept telling him, you need to stop this right now because you're damaging the truck. He's like, no, I'm just trusting to make sure the four-wheel drive works. And I was like, listen, you cannot do what you're doing right now. And he just wouldn't listen to me. He ended up buying the truck, so I didn't really care. But I wanted to just bring this to your attention, and it might be the problem that you're facing with your Tahoe. Four-wheel drive, true four-wheel drive, as in Chevy pickups, Ford trucks, that type of thing, versus all-wheel drive. True 4x4, like your Tahoe has, it will engage, it will lock out. Let's say that this is your truck. Okay? You've got differential in the front, you've got differential in the back. When you put your four-wheel drive on, it locks the hubs so that these wheels turn at the same speed as the drive shafts. Okay? Now, the thing about it is, this is not a limited slip differential. This is a full-time lockup differential. Okay? So what that means is the front wheels will turn at the same speed. This is great for traction. This gives you superior traction on the ice and the snow, or in the mud and the dirt. This is bad when you are on dry pavement and you try to turn. It's bad because these wheels, again, are turning at the same speed. Now the problem is when you're turning, the outer wheel, let's say we're turning that way, the outer wheel needs to turn faster than the inner wheel for them to be going at the same speed, right? Because the inner circle arc is shorter than the outer circle arc. And I just drew on my, that's good, just drew on my table. So, because they're spinning at the same speed, it's bad when you're turning. Now, that might not seem like a big deal, I'll just go in a straight line, but the reality is when you are going straight with the four-wheel drive engaged, the wheels are not turning at the exact same speed. You would have to be going absolutely perfectly straight, which never happens. So, the deal is when these wheels aren't turning at the same speed, they want to bind. The tires will bind so that, I mean, the drive shafts are spinning, and they'll get to the point where they're fighting each other because there's so much tension on them because one's going faster than the other one. And then they'll bind. The tire will jump a little bit in order for them to even out. It's real bad for your drive shafts. It's real bad for your lockup hubs. It's real bad for your differential. So the moral of the story is you don't want to drive in four-wheel drive ever unless the roads are ice or thick snow, because those wheels will bind. And you don't ever want to go over 45 or 50 miles an hour. If your truck has an all-wheel drive setting, that's different because the front wheels in an all-wheel drive scenario, they don't lock. Okay, or I should say the differential is an open differential in the front instead of a locking differential. So the wheels can turn at different speeds. Now you don't get, with all-wheel drive, you don't get the same traction because, for example, if I took my Mountaineer as all-wheel drive, all-time all-wheel drive, always engaged. If I took it off out mudding or something, I could get into a situation where one front wheel is spinning. Okay. Whereas with a full locking differential, both wheels will always be turning. You almost can't get stuck. So my recommendation on the four-wheel drive on your Tahoe is to don't turn it on unless you get stuck. I did that with my Chevy truck and never really had any problems. I put the four-wheel drive on the road a few times during the winter, only when basically the road is covered in ice. Okay, so that's about all I got. If you got any questions, let me know. See ya.